Willow Creek was a quaint, picturesque town nestled in a valley surrounded by dense forests. The townspeople were friendly, and life was peaceful. However, there was one place that everyone avoided: the old Willow Creek Manor. The manor had been abandoned for decades, and rumors of its haunting had become the stuff of local legend. One autumn evening, a young journalist named Elif arrived in Willow Creek. She had heard the stories about the manor and was determined to uncover the truth. Elif was a skeptic and believed that the tales were just superstitions. She decided to spend a night in the manor to prove that there was nothing to fear. As the sun set, Elif made her way to the manor. The path was overgrown with weeds, and the air grew colder as she approached the imposing structure. The manor loomed before her, its windows dark and empty, like the eyes of a long-forgotten ghost. Elif took a deep breath and pushed open the creaking front door. Inside, the manor was eerily silent. Dust covered every surface, and cobwebs hung from the ceiling. Elif set up her camera and began to explore. She found old furniture, faded portraits, and a grand staircase leading to the upper floors. As she climbed the stairs, she felt a chill run down her spine, but she brushed it off as her imagination. In one of the bedrooms, Elif discovered a diary. It belonged to a woman named Clara, who had lived in the manor many years ago. The diary recounted Clara's life and the strange occurrences that had plagued the manor. Elif read about mysterious footsteps, whispers in the night, and objects moving on their own. Clara had written about her growing fear and her belief that the manor was haunted by a malevolent spirit. As Elif read, she heard a faint whisper, "Leave this place." She looked around, but there was no one there. Her heart began to race, but she reminded herself that she didn't believe in ghosts. She continued reading, but the whispers grew louder and more insistent. "Leave now, or suffer the consequences." Suddenly, the door to the bedroom slammed shut. Elif jumped up and tried to open it, but it was locked. Panic set in as she heard footsteps approaching from the hallway. She turned on her flashlight and shone it towards the door. The footsteps stopped, and the room fell silent once more. Elif took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. She decided to find another way out. She climbed out of the window and onto the roof, carefully making her way to the ground. As she reached the safety of the garden, she heard a blood-curdling scream from inside the manor. She ran back to town, her heart pounding in her chest. The next day, Elif returned to the manor with a group of townspeople. They found the diary and read Clara's final entry. It described how she had tried to leave the manor but was trapped by the spirit. Clara had written that the only way to break the curse was to find a hidden room in the basement and destroy the object that bound the spirit to the manor. Determined to end the haunting, Elif and the townspeople searched the basement. They found a hidden door behind a bookshelf and entered a small, dark room. In the center of the room was an old, ornate box. Elif opened the box and found a locket inside. As she held the locket, she felt a surge of cold energy. Realizing that this was the source of the haunting, Elif smashed the locket with a hammer. A gust of wind swept through the room, and the temperature dropped. The townspeople heard a final, anguished scream, and then the manor fell silent. From that day on, the haunting of Willow Creek Manor was over. The townspeople no longer feared the old house, and life in Willow Creek returned to normal. Elif wrote an article about her experience, and the story of the haunted manor became a legend that would be told for generations.